Julia Trubkina's emotional journey, Simba's health crisis, and what it reveals about her marriage with Brandon Gibbs. 90 Day. The last resort star, Julia Trubkina, has faced her share of challenges since arriving in the United States. From adapting to farm life in rural Virginia to launching a new business on her own, Julia's resilience has been tested time and time again. Recently, Julia encountered one of her toughest trials yet, a heartbreaking health scare involving her beloved dog, Simba, just as she was beginning to find personal and professional success without Brandon Gibbs constantly by her side. Julia's new life in America. Julia first appeared on 90 Day Fiancé as a city girl adjusting to life on Brandon's family farm. Coming from the bustling streets of Russia to a quiet, animal-filled farm in Virginia was no small feat. Initially overwhelmed by her new environment, Julia slowly found her footing. Over time, she even adopted 2 dogs from Brandon's parents' farm, strengthening her bond with the rural lifestyle she once resisted. With Brandon and his parents' support, especially Ron Gibbs, Julia discovered a new passion: dog training. It wasn't long before she turned that passion into a career. After several unsuccessful attempts at different jobs in the U.S., Julia finally found her calling. Inspired by her love for animals, she launched a subscription box business tailored specifically for dogs. Her venture quickly gained attention, and Julia proudly began referring to herself as a dog mom, embracing her 2 furry companions as part of her family. Simba's health crisis. April 2025 brought a devastating blow to Julia's newfound happiness. She revealed through an emotional post on Instagram that her German Shepherd, Simba, was facing a severe health crisis. The post featured heartwarming photos of Julia, Brandon, and Simba together, a testament to how integral Simba had become to their family. "This week broke my heart into pieces," Julia wrote in her caption. She shared that doctors had suggested putting Simba to sleep, fearing he would not survive a second operation. Simba's condition had rapidly deteriorated. He could no longer move his legs, had stopped eating, and was losing control of his bodily functions. The couple struggled to care for Simba around the clock, sacrificing their sleep and emotional well-being to be by his side. Despite the doctor's grim prognosis, Julia and Brandon refused to give up. "We lost sleep, but we refused," Julia bravely stated. Their commitment to Simba paid off when, against all odds, he began eating again just 2 days later. Gradually, Simba regained some mobility and started learning to walk and play once more. Julia's relief was palpable in her update. Simba's remarkable turnaround meant he could now proceed with his second surgery, a significant milestone that filled Julia and her followers with hope. She took a moment to thank her fans for their support during such a difficult time, expressing gratitude for the thousands of words of encouragement she had received. Simba's recovery and Julia's resilience. Simba's health crisis came at a time when Julia was already juggling the pressures of running her new business. Julia had recently celebrated the launch of new products on her website, expanding her offerings to include cat products in addition to dog items. Her entrepreneurial spirit was thriving, fueled by her love for her pets and her determination to create a fulfilling life in the United States. However, Simba's sudden illness shifted Julia's focus entirely. Her days and nights revolved around caring for her dog, administering medications, and helping him move, all while maintaining her business operations. With Simba weighing around 85 pounds, the physical demands were significant, but Julia persevered. Some critics speculated whether Julia would resort to starting a GoFundMe campaign to cover Simba's vet bills. Instead, Julia chose a different path. She encouraged fans to support Simba by purchasing her subscription boxes, demonstrating her desire to maintain independence and work for what she needed rather than seek donations. Throughout the ordeal, fans noticed that Julia never directly mentioned whether Brandon was actively helping her with Simba's care. Her captions often seemed intentionally vague, leading to questions about the state of their marriage. Brandon's quiet support. Despite the ambiguity in Julia's social media posts, there were subtle yet telling signs that Brandon was by her side during Simba's recovery. The cover photo of Julia's emotional update featured both Julia and Brandon posing with Simba, a powerful image that spoke volumes. If Brandon had not been involved in Simba's care, Julia likely would not have chosen a photo that included him. Julia's choice of imagery suggests that while she may have crafted her captions to stir curiosity about her relationship, Brandon remained an important part of her life, especially in moments of crisis. Fans who had closely followed Julia and Brandon's journey, from 90-Day Fiancé to The Last Resort, were reassured by the subtle confirmation that the couple was still together and working through life's challenges as a team. In fact, this situation mirrors the patterns fans have noticed in Julia's social media behavior in the past. During the filming of The Last Resort, Julia had almost entirely stopped posting about Brandon, fueling speculation that they had split. However, behind the scenes, it seems they were navigating their relationship privately, choosing to keep certain aspects of their lives away from the public eye. Julia and Brandon, stronger than they appear. Julia's posts about Simba's health crisis inadvertently reveal a lot about the current state of her relationship with Brandon. While Julia's career ambitions have grown, and she's proven her capability to stand on her own 2 feet, it's clear that she still relies on Brandon when it matters most. Throughout their reality TV journey, Julia and Brandon have faced countless obstacles, from cultural differences to family interference. Yet, time and again, they have shown that their bond is stronger than the challenges they face. Simba's ordeal is just the latest example of their teamwork and commitment to each other and their shared responsibilities. It's understandable that Julia might choose to keep her relationship somewhat ambiguous on social media. In the world of reality television, maintaining a certain level of intrigue can be beneficial. However, fans who read between the lines can see that Julia and Brandon's partnership remains intact, even if it's not always on full display. What's next for Julia? With Simba on the road to recovery and her business gaining traction, Julia has a lot to look forward to. Her dedication to her pets, her entrepreneurial spirit, and her resilience in the face of adversity paint the picture of a woman who is continuously evolving. Julia has come a long way from the days of struggling to adapt to farm life and feeling isolated in a foreign country. She has carved out a space for herself in America, built on hard work, love for her animals, and the support of her husband. As she expands her business and continues to care for Simba, Julia's journey serves as an inspiring reminder that even in the darkest moments, perseverance and love can lead to triumph. Fans will undoubtedly continue to root for Julia, Simba, and Brandon as they navigate the next chapter of their lives together. Whether it's through her growing business ventures or heartwarming updates about her pets, Julia's story is far from over, and it's clear she's determined to make the most of every opportunity that comes her way.